to get your helmets on because it's going to get rough in here. All the way from Studio B, it's showtime for John, Ken, and Mark, the Detroit Sports Authority.
All right, kiddies. We can't wait anymore. We're going to start right now only because we have to. Because we're a little late. Welcome, John Sarver here. Welcome to the Detroit Sports Authorities, who have been on vacation for a couple of weeks. But now we're back, so much so that we're going to try this cola.
And we're back from Cincinnati, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yeah, it's one of those things that got to be...
Pick one.
Yeah, so pick a Cincinnati, pick a state. And that's where we've been. Of course, the Super CPA, Ken Pocket, is with us today. Man, do we got a lot of stuff to cover. But first, welcome to the Detroit Sports Authority, where we're not bought and paid for by anybody. We don't have the FCC here. We do have the DMCA, and so if the language gets a little salty, oh, well. All the opinions upon here are expressed are our own and nobody else, so don't bother us. We do have the highest opinions, highest quality here. We are authorities.
Standards.
Yeah, we are not experts. We are authorities, and therefore that makes us one better.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking tonight about the NBA draft.
Oh yeah, we is.
We're not draft experts.
No, we're authorities.
The experts don't really know what the hell they're talking about.
So much so, since the last we have talked, there is a ton of stuff to cover. And I will let you spin the big wheel. Brrr, tick, 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 tick. Where do you want to go first?
Let's talk about NBA. I'm usually not too much into talking about the NBA, but that was an interesting draft, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, and considering that I see that... what is the gentleman from... the rookie from the Detroit Red Wings?
Cider,
yeah, he won.
Yeah, he won the Calder.
That's
believe it
good.
or not.
So that's all I know about the basketball draft. Now next. No, just kidding with you. You see a lot of the people were going, what a draft! Detroit really nailed it. They really got it. Who did you get in the second round before you start jumping up and down, boys? You know? I mean, what did you think?
Well, the second round is, kind of irrelevant, frankly.
No, I mean the whole 9 yards, I should have said.
Well, frankly, you go back to the experts, and they're issuing their draft grades, which are bullshit anyway. But I actually saw a guy give the first two picks of the Pistons both A+.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and, frankly, I was shocked with the way it worked out because I looked at Jeremy Grant and I said, frankly, you got to find somebody that wants to step into your shoes, meaning that you're going to have him either as a one-year rental or you're going to have to re-sign him for buku bucks, and you're going to have him around as during his decline years.
True.
So I wasn't too I wasn't sky high on what the value where they're going to get back. Now they got back a first-round pick in 2025, which would have been Milwaukee's pick originally. So you figure that's not a very high
No,
pick.
not at all.
They got two second-round picks in 25 and 6, moved up in the second round, and took on a player that they were intending to cut.
Yeah.
And, I'm looking at going, well, not overwhelming, but I wasn't expecting overwhelming. Then he goes and he flips that first-round pick to get into the lottery pick again this year, and picked up this kid who's got a terrific upside. And it's like, wow, you know what? This is a team that's been left for dead for the last several years because of what the Penguin did to them. You don't have
bump. There you go.
Yeah, Stan Van Gundy was a train wreck for this team, and it took a couple years for them to pull this thing apart and get rid of all the dead pieces. But Eventually they did, and now they're on the upswing. So I think we have some interesting times ahead.
Yeah, it's almost like your owner just happened to fall into this, because if he doesn't give a damn, in our opinion, he doesn't care. I mean, if he has a shitty GM or he's got a great GM, either way, he's going to ride the wave. If he's got a shitty GM, big deal. I'm a hands-off owner on the other side of the earth. I don't care as long as those NBA checks keep coming in. I don't give a damn. If he gets a really great GM and this team starts doing something, see, aren't I the greatest owner of all time?
Kind of like what we got with the guy that owns the two teams in town, right?
No. At least he's actually driving the teams down. Goss doesn't care.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Well, I mean, you wind up with the shitty GM and you can't get rid of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, jeez.
You can get rid of the guy. You prefer not to get rid of the guy because you don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the story. And you know baseball better than anybody else. Maybe we should bring in a third person, as you know what I mean. But if you're not crying about attendance at Copa, it's because why? Here, I'll give you the answer really quick. You've already made your money.
Yeah.
You don't care. You made your profit. There you go. We don't need you. I can keep, the bottom salary floor. And I don't care. If you don't come, if you bitch all you want. The bottom line is you can bitch all year long. I go to make that deposit. Ching! I just paid for another one of my mansions. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
it's incredible. We just watch, and, everyone's up in arms. Fire Avila, Fire Avila, Fire Avila. And I don't see the point. I mean, it's
happened?
It's kind of like going back with the Lions. My observation is the Tigers are the new Lions.
Yeah.
Why? Because it doesn't matter if you fire Avila. Who you gonna bring in? Another guy just like him, and it's the wheel keeps turning because the fish rots from the head.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about the Ford family prior to coming on, and you've got old Henry Ford. He made tons and tons of money by creating a car that the average Joe could afford. And then you got all this money sloshing around, and you got this company, and you got this grandkid who's an idiot. So what they do is they said, well, we got to keep him out of the way so he doesn't screw up the auto company. Let's buy him a football team. Let him screw that up for 40 years.
Yeah. It's to the point where it's like, well, you know what? It just as long as it breaks even, who cares? And I will go back to every quote we've ever heard of William Clay Ford. He wants to win. Finish that sentence.
He doesn't know how to win.
And that's what we were fed for decades. And somehow, some way, we were supposed to look the other way. Well, he's a good guy, but he just knows how to win. Then get the fuck out of the way. Seriously, you got to go. If you don't know how to be successful in a thing where sports is nothing but built on success.
But here's the question I always had. What's your evidence that he wants to win but doesn't know how to win?
True that.
I mean, a guy who wants to win and doesn't know how to win is going to continue to make stupid mistakes over and over and over again. Fire him, hire him, fire him, hire him. This guy would have a guy around that was clearly incompetent and hang on to the son of a bitch. Look, I mean, we had Matt Millen here on a 5-year contract. He gave him another 5-year contract.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, here's the story. If you had any brain whatsoever, in my opinion, that if you wanted to win but you didn't know how to win, you would find somebody that would help you win.
Yep.
I mean, you just don't go, gosh darn it, I just don't know how to open up this can of ice cream. Oh, doggone it. And you just stay there until the ice cream goes all over the place. Like you're going to have a can of ice cream, but a container of ice cream. But you do the same thing. You're just going to go, darn it, open. Darn it, open. It ain't opening. Darn it, open. Oh, it just won't open. And then everyone's supposed to go, yeah, he wants to open up that ice cream, but he just doesn't know how. Oh, okay, that's fine. When you're the only ice cream in town, we would all like to be successful and have some ice cream. Open, darn it. Won't you open? Oh, darn. You know, it's like you never had a smart football man in your life. You know, maybe that one year that they had the guy from the Cowboys, and then he left town quickly. He saw what kind of clown show this was.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to think. Maybe Schmidt. You know, Joe Schmidt was probably the closest you got, and that was 60s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then it's we don't have a manager, an owner in Detroit that's cool with conflict management. You know, it's like, oh, I'd like to fire him, but they're such a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, we're 3-99, but, you know, he's got such a cute dog. We just can't. You know, and Millen knew how to play it to
Absolutely.
the point where you go butter up the old man every Tuesday, you know, and tell him, you know, oh, we're doing this and we're doing that. The old man had no idea what you're doing.
And you know who's even worse?
Who?
Wayne Fonts. You want to talk about a kiss ass, my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his nose was so brown. That was amazing.
We agree.
Yeah.
The big buck. I mean, why do you think the big buck had that look?
Yeah.
You know, and yet he was the winningest coach.
Yeah, because he stuck around so long.
Yeah. So all you had to do, and that shows you what kind of bean brain Ford was, in our opinion. You know, I should have a button that just says "in our opinion" every time we just blow that thing through. You know, it's just insane that all you had to do was kiss his ass, and somehow, oh, okay, we'll keep him around. You know, just like the 016 team, that old famous thing where he went down when they were like 0-12, and he went to the locker room, the old man, and instead of bitching and kicking ass, it's like, well, I know you guys want to try hard, but you know we have a couple games left. Let's try a little harder. Peace, everybody.
I know that you want to win.
Yeah,
but
you don't know how. That's okay. So we'll sign you up again. You know, okay. So now you have the Pistons and the Lions, who allegedly had great drafts. I'm not impressed with the Lion draft. Boy, that's some faith going against, you know, a kid that blew out. You know, but he's going to come back halfway through. Okay. What do we care? I have no emotional investment with the Lions. I don't care. You know, I have about as much to do with the Lions as I have with General Hospital on TV. It's curiosity. It's kind of fun. We have to cover it for the nature of this show. You know, but I don't get crazy.
Yeah,
Nothing to
yeah.
get crazy about. Because it's something that you tapped on a couple of years ago. You could go back to all the way back to Al Ankerman, you know, or Dave Dials, or even past that. And you could hear all that, you know what, we had a bad year this year, but this year we really got everything going. Everybody looks great. We got a great team. We got a great nucleus. Boom. Yeah, I know last year was a bad year, but this year we got everything great. We got everything going on. We got a great nucleus every single fucking year.
Yeah,
and
you know what? Sometimes you'd have a little bit better year, and you go 9-7. You'd squeak into the playoffs, have a road game in the playoffs, and get drilled. And what is the response to that? Well, see, we're on our way now.
We got momentum.
We're on our way. We're building something.
Yeah, I know that we were 9-7 last year, and we're 6 this year.
Yeah.
However, we only took a step back, but it's only because of injuries. But next year, you know, these guys just didn't get stupid overnight. So we learned some stuff this year. And next year, we'll be there for sure. And you go 4-something. And you go, see, that's a one-game improvement. And so the Fords are so fucking stupid, in our opinion. They thought that was actually progress. You know, we sold one more car this year than we did last year. So obviously we're making a profit. Help me, Rhonda. I mean, that's the Fords. I mean, no matter... And then how long it's... They knew they had a clearly crappy situation going on. And the chick that owns them right now has no idea what football's all about. You know, held on to those idiots for how many years?
Yeah.
You know?
Last year, it was incredible because it's like, well, you're going to have... I'm giving you a mandate.
Yeah.
We have to be competitive.
Yeah. And then...
What kind of mandate is that?
You know, it reminds me of Lapeer National Dragway, where they have to quit at dusk. What time is dusk? And how dusky do you have to be? And dusk when? That to me, it's too ambiguous. And be competitive. The fuck do you want to be competitive for? Let me bring it in a little closer, folks. Just bring it in. Sports is all about winning. The only thing sports is about winning. Every spring training opening day, what does everybody talk about? This year we're going to the World Series. Football. This year we're going to go to, the Super Bowl. This year we're going to get the Stanley Cup. Nobody ever says, well, hell, I hope we get, just one better than Kansas City this year. It's all about winning. The reason why you sign some guy for $20 billion, it's not worth a shit, is because you think that's going to help you win. You don't sign some guy and go, you know what, we're way over the salary cap, but that's okay. We don't want to win this year. Sign him. Of course, unless you're old man Illich for some of his stuff. But it's a win situation. Wins and losses. Whoever wins is a champion. Everything else does not matter. Second place, third, fourth, fifth doesn't matter. All right, you ready? In 1996, where did the Tigers finish?
In 1996?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell knows?
My point exactly, and I thank you very much. Nobody cares, But you can look up who the world champion was in 96. You can always remember 96. Hell, I can remember 97 or 67 was the Orioles.
Yeah.
Detroit being 2 and just losing out like almost on the last day. But okay, beyond that fact, where did Kansas City in 82 finish? Who knows? Nowhere near the top. So you're not looking near the top. Everything that's going on in baseball right now, Ken, who's the head honchos?
The head honchos?
Yeah, who's winning?
Yankees.
And
Dodgers.
And
Mets.
There you go. So there you are. What's Colorado doing? Yeah, do you care? Nobody looks at Colorado. Nobody looks at Kansas City. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what goes on in Detroit. Unless you go, ooh, easy wins.
Yeah. Interesting article. I don't know if you saw the article in The Athletic by Ken Rosenthal. He basically ripped the Tigers into shreds.
Gee, why?
And one of the things that he brought up is that I was reading the article, and he mentions that A.J. Hinch, it was rumored that he had an opt-out after this year.
Yeah, what was about that?
He doesn't.
What does he have?
He doesn't. A 5-year contract. There's no opt-out.
Really?
Yeah, and then Rosenthal mentions that a source had said that there was an opt-out. So I clicked on the source. It was a Twitter by Lynn Henning. I says, oh no.
For those who don't know, Lynn Henning, what did you say about the nose being brown?
Yeah.
It's Detroit baseball media sucks the hardest. No, let's not say. No, they don't suck at all, because that would be worse. To get sucked would be a good thing. The not getting sucked would be a bad thing. Henceforth, you should get sucked once in a while. Subsequently, though, if you're a Detroit sports writer, whether it becomes from... Because hockey, they report the scores and away they go. But the Tigers, it's like they make up excuses.
Yes.
And plenty of them. And Lynn Henning is the fucking worst.
Yeah.
In our opinion.
And the longest running.
Yeah.
He's been there forever.
It's like, dude, unless they're giving you like a brick of cocaine under the table, why do you keep writing these fluff, apologetic kind of pieces about it?
Yeah, it's crazy. But so I saw that the source of that was Lynn Henning. I said, well, what are you going to believe? You're going to believe
next
a direct denial by the team that's easily verifiable, or a Twitter from Lynn Henning.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that everybody was listening, and they really did think that he had an out.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It was generally accepted.
So you would think, okay, so who's going to be our new manager? because nobody wants to say it. And I hate 2022. What's the newest expression? Shit show. Stop that.
Yeah.
I've seen a shit show before. It looks nothing like the Tigers. There's like poop flying all over the place. and that was for 90 minutes, and there was a cartoon in the beginning. Okay.
But with the Tigers, there's nothing flying all over the place. Strike one, strike two, strike three, go sit down.
No, because if you're Lynn Henning, you go take a look at the runs that they've had in the last 2 weeks, ever since Greene's come up.
Oh, yeah. It actually compared Riley Greene to Al Kaline.
And we're going to stop right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to finish up basketball before we do anything else, yes, they got, it looks like, but Ivy seems to me to be like Cunningham. They're almost the same guy. So, what did you get? Because in basketball, it's all about the touches. So you got the guy in the middle that you're going to have Bay with, and you're going to have Isaiah with. Okay, that works out. This looks like, looks on paper like that's okay. A lot of people, throughout the whole 9 yards, even CBS Sports, which is pretty jaded, gave Detroit A's, for the first round. And it was like, well, that's okay, cool. I mean, this Cunningham kid seems to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman before him, boom.
Yeah.
Hello, Darko. I mean, it's like, if you can get rid of him and get Halliburton.
Well, here's the thing. You look at our teams this year,
Yeah.
and it seemed for so long we couldn't catch a break, right?
No.
Well, you got the Lions and the Pistons that were both drafting after the stupidest teams in the league. The Lions drafted after the Jacksonville Jackoffs, and the Pistons are drafting right after the Sacramento Kings. And of course, what did Sacramento do? They went full Kings, didn't they?
Yeah, they really screwed that one.
And it's like I keep saying, you don't have to be a genius; you have to be smarter than the other moron you're trying to defeat, right?
Yeah.
So, you had a draft where you had basically 4 top tier guys, and then you had a drop off, right? And you're drafting 5th, and everyone, oh no. Yeah, except the Kings were drafting 4th. They screwed it up.
Year after year. I mean, yeah, we feel bad here and stuff, but at least we got a decent draft, and you got, at least 3 on paper, 3 really good-looking players.
Yeah.
Okay, don't go into free agency. You don't need to right now.
Right.
Let's see how these little guys come out and enjoy the day.
Well, what you want to do is you want to fill out your team now with some free agents, but don't blow out your budget.
Yeah.
You want to give these guys a year or 2 of experience, and then you fill out the team.
Yeah. Right, you get that, you get rid of the Kelly Tapuka, and you trade for somebody that's going to actually really help.
Yeah.
Because basically you just got a couple Joe Dumarses and a couple Isaiahs. Okay, good. And this kid that's supposed to be clogging up the middle, this rookie, what is he, 18?
18, yep.
That's a big 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Big.
Right, but if you think he's going to come out this year and he's going to be ready,
no.
This is going to be a rough year for him.
Yes.
It's going to be a learning year. So,
yes.
Don't get all excited. Oh, we're going to win. We're going to win 50 games and get into the playoffs. No, you're not. No, you're not. You look at what happened. Weaver came from OKC, and you look what happened when they had their draft where they brought in the talent. Then next year you won like 23 games because it took a year.
Yeah,
so it's going to happen here too. I mean, it's going to be a rough year. You might win another 10 games off last year, but that's probably your ceiling.
But you know what's going to happen? People are going to go tank another year. Tank another year. You're not going anywhere. Tank another year. All right, so if they go full 76ers, Philadelphia, I mean, all right, you tank another year. I mean, if you got the 5th round pick, and you're right, if you get Sacktown in front of you, yes. But this is going to be a deep draft. Yep. Okay, tank another year. Don't go 18th. Don't show you're almost ready to go to the playoffs. tank another year. You know, that'd be the way to go. If you could get one more top 6 pick.
Yeah.
You know. But then again, you know it's a race against time, Kenny, isn't it?
It is.
Because the point is, everybody that wants to pay to go to a sporting event is going to be dying off. You know, the folks that are now 70 years old, 80 years old, somewhat 60 years old, 50 years old. That's the last of the people that will pay to go to a sporting event. You know, everybody else is hip to the game. We're not paying $200 a ticket to go to a Red Wing game, pay $50 to park, when we can stay home. You know, not only do that, but, you know, food's better, bathroom's better, parking's better.
And you don't even have to watch somebody else play the game. You can control the players on the screen. Video game.
Yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, you don't need... Or you in that thing where... What's this, Johnny Football, where there's something where you can actually, you know, tell the team what to play, and they got to play, you know, that play. It's a football thing. They got Johnny Football in it. They got some other kind of cast-off quarterback, you know, which doesn't mean anything about the USFL, but good news, good news. That's my Dukes of Hazzard. USFL is actually going to play more games, and not just in Birmingham.
Whoa.
Wow. Next year, they're going to go to 2 markets.
2?
Wow. Could be anywhere between 2 and 4. Wow. Which means somebody plays all their home games at home, and everybody plays away. But they saw how bad Birmingham was, and I guess the playoff games were not very well attended. Nobody, I'll probably just leave this to you. Nobody is caring about the USFL, and next year you have the XFL. Nobody cares. Yep. You know, you had to dig down deep into the USFL to get the nostalgia colors and the names and all that stuff. Has nothing to do with that.
Nope.
You know, it was almost like in Chrysler when they had the gas crunch, and they put Charger on a little teeny tiny Sapporo car that they got from Japan. You know, they got from Mitsubishi, and they had the audacity to put Charger on there. It had nothing to do with the original Chargers. This team has nothing to do with Michigan, let alone the Michigan Panthers. You know, and you got that whack job of a coach, in our opinion, you know, he could care less. Just give me the check. It's clear he doesn't care. You know, but the connection was he was a Lions coach. There's a reason why he's at the USFL right now.
Right, which is every other previous Lions coach should be in the USFL as well.
Cadwell?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, there's not one coach, as everybody goes, yeah, but you know, Cadwell was actually winning and all, blah, blah, blah. There's never been a coach, there's never been a quarterback, there's never been a draft pick that ever worth a shit in Detroit because they never took them to anywhere besides one playoff win.
Yep. And, you know, for everyone that wants to say, well, you know, how about Matt Stafford? Well, Matt Stafford
did nothing
here.
Zero.
So when he goes to L.A. and he wins the Super Bowl, okay, well, didn't here.
Yeah.
Didn't do it here.
And this is how fucking delusional people are now. They were actually cheering for him. They were actually putting on his jersey. They were actually saying, you know, we're following you. Oh, it's just like winning one for us.
Some people were wearing the split jersey, half Rams, half Lions. Oh, my God.
Right. And it was like, oh, you know what that would have been? That's our win. No, you fucking delusional idiots. That's not. He knocked on the door. I want the hell out of here. How can I do it, and how can you facilitate it? Because I'm not coming back. Okay, good for him. You know, he left you idiots. He's gone. You know, he didn't like you as a fan base. He didn't like you as a city. He didn't like you as a franchise. He didn't like anything. Otherwise, you know, there's some people that don't like their jobs, but they like their surroundings, so they stay at it. You know, okay, he didn't like any of it, and he split, and he was smart to do so. Barry was smart to do so. You know, but he just split. Jesus, God, you know how much higher Barry could have been in the Hall of Fame? I mean, he would have had all those records easily. Emmitt Smith couldn't believe his luck, you know? So it's like, okay, he didn't win for you, you stupid idiots, but you still, God damn, I wish I had bridges to sell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Are you that vulnerable? Where did public schools fall that you're that goddamn dumb, or you just turned it off and you don't want to think anymore, so you just, like, believe whatever conspiracy or whatever?
And here's the thing. You know, everyone's getting excited again now because, well, it looks like we have a general manager. He's competent. He actually knows how to run a draft. And I'm going to say, you know what? That's great.
Until
you won 3 games last year.
Yeah, you mean nothing.
So
goes.
He's drafting high in the draft again. You know, and yeah, his later draft picks look like they have a chance to contribute something.
So did Sue. So did.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
It's the NFL.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to go from 3 wins to 9. It's exceedingly difficult to go from 9 to 13.
Well, considering, look at this schedule.
Yeah.
It's less than the loser schedule. It's we're just going to give you 3 wins right off the bat.
Yep.
You know, unless, and it goes back to your point, Kenny, this is the NFL. The shitty teams could be good this year. You know?
Yeah.
And so here we got this weak-ass schedule. I mean, really weak. I mean, somehow, some way, Ford said, look, we'll put more advertising on CBS. And they said, okay, here, this will be the payoff. We will give you, you know, we'll even bring Kansas City Royals into the NFL for 3 games, you know. And so we'll have them play the Lions. So Kansas City Royals, 3 games, and Baltimore Orioles, 2 games. There's your 5 wins in the NFL.
So here's the thing. Let's say you go from 3 wins last year to 7 wins this year.
God help us, don't.
And so you're sitting there, you're 7-10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you go through the draft. Well, you know,
you're 18th.
You know, you go through another year and you're up to 9 wins. You know, you got to make a decision at quarterback. You got Jared Goff, and Jared Goff is good enough to get you up to the 9-win plateau. What do?
Deshaun Watson.
What do you do?
He'll be back off his suspension.
Yeah. So, I mean, but again, it's easy right now to get excited that you're improving because you're improving a 3-win team.
Yeah.
Can you improve a 9-win team?
Yeah.
We'll see. We don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and see. And as I've said, this franchise does not deserve the benefit of the doubt. They burned that a long time ago.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
In the meantime, yeah, Deshaun Watson, you know, what a train wreck of a situation that has all been.
I mean, have you heard anything? Because they keep rumoring the NFL really wants to drop the bomb on him. NFL really wants to suspend him for a year. NFL, oh boy, they're just about finished with their investigation. What more do you have to finish? You shouldn't have to finish anything more than about 4 months ago. And now all of a sudden he goes, yeah, you know what? I'm getting $250 million guaranteed. I could probably drop about 20 million here. We'll give everybody $1 million, and we'll have them sign a big shut up kind of contract, and away we go. I dig the fact that there's 4 chicks that are holding out. So give me $10 million. You want to play football? $15 million. You know,
and he could do it.
Yeah, he could, but he doesn't want to. I mean, he sees all that money for him. Me. You're still going to be suspended this year, son.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And, you know, it's kind of funny because you look at what Cleveland did to commit all the draft capital they did, to commit the money that they did, knowing that they're circumventing the system.
Yeah.
You look at what Houston did, and, you know, you have this guy who doesn't want to play for you. He said he's going to sit out. Okay? And you gamed the system. Now there's talk about, is Houston going to pay a price because of what they knew? You know, what a mess.
How many first-round draft picks did they get?
3.
3 consecutive years?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, Cleveland's going to suck this year no matter what goes on.
Yep.
You know, because you got your quarterback, after Deshaun's gone, he's going to go thump.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see, there's somebody out there, thump, interception, kind of tired. It's kind of like, okay, you really think this guy's going to play his heart out for you? Unless he's going to go on pure stat. Look what I did with this team, and then hope you have fun with Deshaun.
It could be the return of Pat Stafford.
Oh, God. Oh, please. Yeah, well, you know what? And that would treat him well.
Yes.
Because really, I would have the game go out of hand and then do, a Pat Stafford like crazy to the point where that fourth quarter with 10 minutes to go, I'm just heaving it all over the place. Look at the yards I threw for last year. Yeah. I'm really a great, but now they're saying Quapolo to the Browns.
Oh, my God. What a mess.
Who would you bring up for the 49ers? The rookie?
Yeah. Yeah, they're planning on handing him the keys to the car.
But how well did he play last year? Not much, but what did he learn from Jimmy?
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? I mean, if they have confidence in him, they need to get him out there then. But we'll see. They could have a down year because it's his first year playing.
Yeah, but how crappy is Cleveland? You got Deshaun Watson. First of all, you have your quarterback still sitting in the shadows.
Yeah.
And Deshaun Watson and Jimmy all on the same team. Okay, what do you do here? Say Deshaun doesn't get suspended. Now you got all that money and 3 quarterbacks. Yeah. Who's playing? And then the kid from the 49ers gets hurt. Okay.
Because he does get hurt a lot.
He does get hurt a lot. So what do you do? I mean, this goes back to a saying that you say a whole lot, Ken. It's the genius in the room. It's the guy that wants to be one step smarter than everybody else. And all you have to do is be one step smarter, and there you go. But these guys firmly believe they are.
Yes. And it's not only that, but it's the panic to get the top flight quarterback. Okay?
Yeah.
And you see it over and over and over again in this league. The whole thing is to get that top flight quarterback.
Yeah, because that's going to help you.
Yeah. And sometimes you do stupid stuff to get a top flight quarterback, and you end up ruining your team.
Yeah, I give you a gentleman that used to play for Green Bay and went to New York. How well did that go, quarterback? Montana in his worst years. How well did that kind of go? Great quarterback, crap team.
Yeah.
It's like, it just didn't go overnight, get stupid. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people. You wake up out of bed when you're a little bit past 40 and you go, when did this happen? It does happen. All right, so now we have all that stuff going together. You know what we should do? We should go talk about baseball.
Oh,
you wanna?
No. Oh,
yeah,
no.
We're going to torture you people on this. See what we can grab here.
Well, we can talk about the there's a Tigers game coming up where they're going to actually not have announcers.
Yeah, but that's a better thing, though.
That's an improvement off of the Bally crew that we have.
Hello.
There
Hi,
you
Sue.
go. There's
Hello, Kenny.
Sue Martin here as our special event director. There you go. See how I pause so everybody knows? Well, all right. It's time to talk baseball. We got a whole 6 minutes, and then we're going to stop. We're on the timer. Here, wait a minute. Alexa, no, your computer. Computer, set the timer for 6 minutes.
6 minutes, starting now.
This is going to be the longest 6 minutes of your life.
Yeah, even if we
You got that right, Kenny.
We got 59. All right. So we're talking baseball right now. Is Mr. Greene the new Al Kaline?
Yeah, I heard that comment. I'm happy he's back. He seems to be back doing great. Ask me that same question in 20 years.
20 years?
Okay, 10 years.
Well, let's
20
see.
weeks.
Kaline was the Rookie of the Year in 58, wasn't he?
55.
55. Okay. We start at 58, go north. You know, all right. So there you go. So from what you've seen, is he the savior of the team, Sue, then Kenny?
Savior, no. Has he seemed to put a new little spark into him? We'll see how long it lasts. I mean, I'm happy he's back up. He seems to be in shape. Doesn't seem to be hurting. But, yeah, I would not be calling him Mr. Baseball yet.
Kenny?
The savior of this team. Well, I think the savior of this team would have to be Al Avila. And the reason is because the day that he leaves, he will save this team. And not a minute before.
Job well done. Everything that we talked about. David Villa, he was Dave's right-hand man. Dave won. Dave won in 7 years. He won with different teams. Al is doom. You know,
he's the Tigers' version of Stan Van Gundy. A fat, roly-poly guy that doesn't seem to know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, but he's got just enough bullshit where he can, like, tell Chris, you know, we're doing this. Okay. Am I still getting my checks? Yep. Okay. There you go. All right, Sue, most impressed of Tiger this week? And then Kenny? Any name will do.
I don't know if I have. I think I've seen a game all week, so
It's been doing.
I think I have a comment. Oh,
you can make
watched
one. It's
half
okay.
of Sunday's game and even turned that one off. I didn't finish it. No,
Okay.
I've not seen but one game this week.
Okay. Well, I say Robbie Grossman. How about you, Ken?
Eric Haas hit a 3-run homer, man.
Nice.
He's the kid, you know, he's the local guy, so we all got to pull for him, even though he's hitting 130 or something like
Yeah,
that.
but you see what everybody else is saying? They're going, he should play him more, you know, because the other catcher can't hit. You should play Haas more. Look at that, man. He cranked one. Yeah, let's go back to Kenny's point. He's hitting 130, you know. Yeah, but it's because he gets pulled all the time. If he was playing every day, he could make the adjustment. 130.
Yeah.
It's not the time to go at 130. It means that's what you're hitting, $130. All right, Sue, and then Kenny. Which Castro would you send back down to AAA? Two choices.
Yeah, I know. There's a difference between the two. I mean, it seems like a couple of days in a row, Willie does great, and then it flip-flops. So, I don't know, flip a coin if you're going to send one of them back.
Kenny?
I
One
wouldn't.
any better in the field than the other.
I wouldn't send either one back because there's a lot of guys other than them that I would send back. I mean, these guys seem to be at least functioning at some base level versus, oh my God, I can't even begin to name the other guys.
At 208?
Yeah, at 208, one of the top hitters on the team.
Absolutely. One of the three that's over 200.
Yeah.
I would send Willie down because I don't think any phone-grown man should be named Willie, you know? So that name just bugs me, so he's got to go.
And it doesn't even have an E at the end.
No, yeah, it's stupid. So it's got to go. The name bothers me. So that's how I normally pick my players, by your name that bothers me. If I, you know...
I pick cards by color, so that's it's a fair trade.
Makes sense to us. All right. Pitcher you would keep this time around there, Suze and Ken.
I don't know, my Screwball is he's kind of fallen off his last few games.
Screwball.
But I think he'll be back.
Kenny?
I'd keep Casey Mize. He hasn't given up any runs lately.
Cool. Yeah, okay. I would keep Fredo. You know, I think he may put it all together. I think he's got, you know, the syndrome of being able to pitch. Because remember that everybody was going, God, All-Star game. We'd like to send Miggy, you know, as a good send-off and all that stuff, even though he's got one more year. Or, you know, we could send Screwball because he really deserves it. Well, no, he doesn't really deserve it. You know, so away you go. But, Suze, who would you send to the All-Star game?
I should say I don't think any of them deserve to go.
Not even Castro?
Mm-mm.
Good.
No,
Good answer.
none of them.
Kenny?
Eric Haas, because he hit a 3-run homer.
All right, so that will be, everybody will be, every answer will be Eric Haas.
Yes.
Because he actually did something worth a damn. All right, Suze, would you pull AJ? Is it time have you seen enough? Would this be his last year? Would you get the trash cans out?
We need to get rid of Avila first and then see what happens. Then see what AJ can do.
Computer, stop.
If he had some other players behind him,
Like that?
He's got what he's got.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can try to make a lemonade out of lemons, but it's still going to be pretty sour.
Or mangoes out of mangoes.
Well, it's like this. Doesn't matter who the manager of this team is as long as Al Avila's running it.
That's true, too.
That's exactly my point, yep.
All right, Kenny, then Sue. How many more years has Al got?
As many as he wants.
Suze?
Unfortunately, Kenny might be right. We'd like to see him gone yesterday, but...
All
Look,
right.
the last time they gave him a contract extension, they were ashamed to tell anybody.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, very.
But then again, you think about you're getting a guy that was suspended for cheating, for a year, that you were embarrassed to say, this is what we got. This is the best we can do from our team. A convicted felon, so to speak, in baseball world, doing one of the most unconscionable thing that you could do. And what does the idiot do? He comes here and he doesn't cheat. Dude, cheat. You're good at cheating. That's what you were hired for. Find something to cheat. Make it happen. That's what you're hired. You did all the way to the World Series and won by cheating. Can you use your magic again? It's not like you forgot about it sitting in jail. You know how to do this, even though you denied it. What? Okay. I thought those trash cans are just down for a reason. Cheat. Anyway, Suze, how much did he cheat? 50%, 25%, 75%?
How much did he or how much should he?
How much should he?
0.
What a good cookie. Ken?
He should go full Trump.
Amen, baby. Full in and deny everything. This is a win or loss kind of corporation in sport. So win. And if, what?
That brings back the steroids, though. They cheated, they won. And now, what do we think of those players? No.
See, this is the reason why we have Sue in here, to make us feel guilty that we really want to be rats, But here's the scoop. Yeah, and what did they take away from Houston's World Series win? Nothing. So cheat, bitches. Cheat, have a year vacation, and then come back with a 5-year contract because somebody will get to you. Cheat, cheat, cheat. Cheat like a bitch. I can't imagine why. Obviously, he's a crappy manager by not cheating. So cheat. The reason why you got here in a fat contract is because of cheating. Nobody thought of you before you cheated and won the World Series. They didn't take your name off the cup, so to speak. So cheat. How many players got nailed for that? None. AJ got nailed for 1 year. He could go see Barcelona for a year and come back with a big fat contract. Cheat. There. That's my thoughts. Sue, don't cheat. Always play by the rules. Always say thank you.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Cheat like a bitch.
Yeah, well, cheating is a tradition in baseball anyway.
True that.
Remember Gaylord Perry?
True.
Very much so. Yeah, get
True,
those
true.
splitters and spitters. But here's the story. If AJ was cheating his ass off, and everybody know he was cheating his ass off, but all of a sudden we go on a 30-game win streak, do you think anybody in Detroit's going to say, except for one woman that lives in Hamburg, is going to say, shame? This is not the way to go. This is not fair for everybody. People will have, the Old English D tattooed on their foreheads. They'd have those stupid little flags on the side of their cars driving around. The old Detroit D, they'll have, pictures of Mayo Smith ripped up. Why win the organic way? Cheat! But don't cheat in human relationships. Just cheat in baseball. We need the win. I mean, if they had to play the Yankees, and miraculously, Haas has just hits 2 home runs, cheat. No? Cheat like it, just ask for forgiveness later in sports. It doesn't work in human relationships. However, just cheat your ass off. I mean, do you know how good of a cheater you got to be in baseball to go from dog zero to world champions? You're a good cheater. Cheat. Maybe we should tell the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Cheat. There would not be a Detroiter, anybody in Michigan, that if they found out all of a sudden their team won their respective championships, and they found out later that they did it by cheating, nobody in Detroit would give a damn.
Nope.
Nobody. They would they'd bring out Lynn Henning like no tomorrow. Cheat! Actually, we should ask NASCAR Granny, should they cheat or not? She around?
Well, where do you think I get my good cookie from? I inherited it from NASCAR Granny.
She likes it when people are trading paint in NASCAR. She doesn't like everybody else driving in nice rows. She likes to see people spin out. I think she likes the flames, actually. Who got fried? Anyways, but that's our thought. All right, we're way past the 6 minutes. And that's what we said that we keep you on. Yeah, but we can't, we made our point here today, didn't we? We're so desperate for any kind of winning success in Detroit sports that we would go down past the Miss Good Cookie kind of level and, ask people just to do what comes naturally in sports and not human relationships. Cheat! I do the poll. Would you care? Would you look the other way if somebody was that, even if you weren't that good? And honest to God, if we heard the drum beats in the dugouts and stuff, and we all know what the shit's going on, but gee, miraculously, we beat the Dodgers today. Cheat! Who's going to say, now, wait a minute, that can't be fair. There's going to be one skinny woman that's going to walk down on the field, with her hands on the hip going, oh, you boys, bad, shame, And there's going to be 100 cops pulling her off and going, look, lady, we got to cheat to win. It's the only fucking way we can do it. We can't draft, we don't hit, we don't have pitching, we don't have catching, we don't have anything. The only thing that we could do. And really, Kenny, how did they cheat with that anyway? So didn't they know what pitch was coming?
Yeah, they had a camera out in center field. And
Right.
they were able to see what the sign was that the catcher was putting down. And then they had a radio, and they would tell the guy next to the trash can when there was a breaking pitch or a fastball being thrown, he'd hit the can to give the signal. So the hitter would hear it, and he'd know what's coming.
Do you know what my genius is with all this? Here's my genius. And I'm doing those things where I point at myself for being genius. And this is before I even tell you guys. What's out in center field at
Can't
Copa?
wait.
What? Yes. What's out in center field? A stupid Chevrolet, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So you darken the windows and you put the cameras behind the windows. No one's going to see it, You can wire it, hardwire it so it'd be constant power. So you'd have not only one camera, two
Blink the
cameras, three
headlight?
camera. Yeah. Oh, no, Miss Good Cookie. Don't you lose that. But there you could put, you could put broadcast cameras back there, with super, zoom lenses. There you go. No one's going to see it
Except for now
unless
they're using that clicker. Except for now they're using that clicker on the knee, so they're not giving signals.
Yeah, but okay. So here's the story: you're giving clicker, and that clicker goes to the pitcher, right? Somehow he's got an earpiece kind of thing. I would say that's
Yep, exactly.
some kind of Bluetoothy.
Yep.
We don't have an IT professional around here that could break Bluetooth.
Sure, I could.
That's what I'm thinking. Cheat. Find out whatever the Bluetooth frequency is, and then, have another headpiece on one of our hitters that would know what the guy's doing. That'd be brilliant. There's nothing that says, hitters can't have like an Apple ear pod on. Maybe he's listening to music. Maybe he's listening to something from Jesus. Cheat!
You must have been one of those kids with the Atari that would do the right, left, up, down to get the little cheat things.
Who?
You.
Only in games and not in personal experiences. See? But yes, there was. Yes, I have a game genie.
Can't
Matter of
beat
fact,
the
I have two of
Pac-Man
them.
by your... Yes, can't beat Pac-Man by playing them, then don't play it.
It expands your horizon and what you can do. All right. Enough of the good cookie stuff. We're feeling bad about ourselves, so we'll go to confessional tomorrow. But today, cheat! Cheat to win. All right. Thank you, madam, for dropping by.
Well, anytime.
Making everybody feel awful that we're thinking about cheating. But, 3, 2, 1. You give me a 10-game winning streak, I'll look the other way. I'll look at my shoes for a week. All right. Thanks, kid.
All right.
All right. Say hi to your mom.
Bye, Sue.
All right. Bye now.
Shall do. Hi, Kenny. You guys have a good weekend.
All right.
you.
Have a great holiday, Ken.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Oops, I was quick. It was faster trigger than I thought. There you go, Sue Martin, our special event director, sitting with NASCAR Granny, watching Tony Stewart bitch out some little kid. That was so screwed up. Go away. All right, to not go away, what did we not talk about, young man?
We can talk about hockey.
Okay, how about that basketball thing?
The team from hell won the Stanley Cup.
Good.
The guys with the horns and the pitchforks.
Good.
Hate that team.
Yeah, but here's the story. This is the reason why it's genius. One, now they got the targets on their back.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to get up there. Two, now you finally stop doing the Eisman. See, he put together a three-peat team. It's like, oh, no. No, that magic's done. That runs over, and now all the people that are there are the people who the GM has had for the last couple of years, and put in the right pieces and stuff like that. So Eisman doesn't have his finger marks on his team. You only get credit for so long.
Yeah. And, we're going to see now because I'm frankly surprised that the Red Wings didn't announce their new coach like the morning after the finals were over.
They can't. I mean, they got to interview both the guys from Lightning.
Right. And I'm saying that they probably, through back channels, probably already did the interviews and probably have the contracts all drawn up already. You know what I'm saying?
I think Eiserman's more like Sue.
Oh,
I think he doesn't want to get
play it by
nailed
the
for
book.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, hell, no trash cans and LCA, huh?
See, that's why that woman needs to be in her life. No, it's the reason why is that with Barry Trotz going, no, I really don't want Winnipeg. Duh. Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you think you're holding out for the Detroit gig, so did the gentleman who's now the coach for New York. Look at how many people held out for the Detroit gig and didn't get it. And you're absolutely right. The only reason why they haven't announced anything is because you're going to get one of those two guys from Tampa.
Yep.
There is no logical explanation unless you go deep into August. But when's the NHL draft?
7th.
Yeah.
8th, yeah.
Like right around the corner, kids.
Next
It's
week.
like right as soon as you put away all your fireworks, here it comes. Here comes the draft. And if right now you should have your coach. Right now. But, I mean, it's not tampering anymore, is it?
Oh.
So then, when was the game? 2 days ago?
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. I mean, these guys. As a matter of fact, I think, Eisman, you hired both of those guys. So you know what you're getting. But then again, do you get the player or do you get the coach? You get the player that is now the coach, or do you get the coach that's been the coach and won everywhere? Tough decision.
It is. And I've seen reports go both ways, so.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't get Barry Trotz.
Yeah.
You can recycle so many. The only person I would recycle in the NHL is probably Bowman. As much as Quinville wants to come back, that's way too much baggage. But
Yeah.
you know what? If you make Detroit a winner, oh well,
Cheat.
Yeah, as much as you can, man. Any team, again, when was the last time anybody won in Detroit? 2 decades ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so right about now, and no one's getting any younger, cheat! No one's going to care. We'll huff and puff and go, oh my, I can't believe good sportsmanship wasn't applied in Detroit.
I can't believe they cheated. Don't stop.
Yeah, I can't believe they cheated. It doesn't mean stop cheating. It just means I can't believe it. Thank God. Go, man. But yet it's welcomed in NASCAR. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's relegated as a major sport, then, why are these other ones immune? There's nowhere that specifically says you can't cheat. Otherwise, Houston wouldn't have won. They just says you can't win. You can't cheat the way they're cheating now.
Yeah, you can't get caught.
Yeah, you can't get caught. And so now you're a couple of years smarter. And technology has come up. I'm telling you, I would load up that yellow Camaro or whatever the hell they have out there with cameras, microphones, women, whatever it took. Whatever it took to figure out something, that we could use to our advantage.
Here's the tough part, though. How do you know they're not?
Because they're not very successful at it.
Doesn't mean they're not trying.
Yeah, but we haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Do they have that closed-door meeting that they had a couple of weeks ago, and they go, look, guys, everybody knows about the trash can. I'm circulating ideas. Anybody? Bueller? What can we use around here that wouldn't be, really noticeable, but we would get it. We'd understand it. As much as that one picture was... Oh, we didn't talk about even? It's like, here's Detroit's starting lineup. One guy walks away from the team. Another one has Tommy John. The other one is just now becoming Screwball. Is now becoming Screwball. Now you got a red pop kind of rotation. They were fabulous in the beginning, even to we should have had Sue there, but even to the bullpen, and then boom.
Yeah. Yep.
Cheat. All right. Is that the last you got? You got 1 minute?
That's it.
All right. That's it for us, too. So come see us. Oh, boy. Talk about come see us. You will be able to see us in the flesh. Oh, God. Here we go for us, which
Just
means...
not too much flesh.
We need the ratings. Whatever we can do, cheat. Now, if we have to wear see-through Speedos...
Oh, that ratings go down then.
Depending where we're going, All right, so come see us. We are all over the place now on podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're in TuneIn. We're in Goodle. We're in iHeartRadio. We're also in Amazon Music and whatever. We're in Overcast, Podcasts, Castro, Castbox, Player FM. My God, we got to update this thing. We're in the one that starts with the letter P that I can't remember. Spotify we're in also. Pandora. So there you go. So you can come see us anytime, cost you nothing, and we're glad to see you. If you can tell us how to cheat, but not in personal relationships, if you can tell us how we can make this so we can make one of our teams worth a damn again, drop us a line. So, for Sue Martin and the Super CPA Ken Pocket, John Sauer here saying we'll see you again in 2 weeks at the Detroit Sports Authorities. Bye.